Good morning. How are you today? It's the last day of my visit to my sisters and my mother's, and I get to do one more travel exercise workout fitness program. Welcome to the Granny Fit 100-day challenge. I hope you woke up. I'm awake, barely. I woke up and I washed up. I had a shower so that my husband can load the car while I do my fitness workout. And now I'm going to work out. I'm going to go out and have my wholesome drink, and then we'll do our worship while we travel. I talked yesterday about stretches, the importance of stretches. Actually, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. We walked on the cold shores of the St. Mary's River, and I haven't done my stretches yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I always like to really move my body, get everything moved and stretched. And you have to be careful if you're not a person who does this, that you don't overstretch and pull a muscle or a tendon. You don't want that. It's awful hard to work out and get fit if something's pulled and it's hurting. And try to touch my toes and hold it and feel those tendons pulling. Feel that little bit of a strain or a pull in the back of my legs. And then get up. And then reach up. And then go down. Years ago, I had a really bad back injury. I've had a car accident injury. My chiropractor, my doctor said I have arthritis in my spine in 3 places because of neck injury and back injury. And it was really hard for me for a little bit of time to do the knee bend or the toe touches. And I found for me what made it come back was I'd breathe in a really big breath and pop my stomach out. Lots of air, and I'd bend over and I exhale slowly as I went down. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. Breathe in, exhale. And then just going down on little increments like that, it wasn't like a sudden thrust forward, and so it made it a whole lot easier. And it's really important that you keep your legs apart, a comfortable distance. And probably if you have a lot of stiffness in your back and your legs and your tendons, farther apart you put your legs, the lower you have to go to touch the floor. So if you put them very far apart, but even against the wall so you don't slip on hardwood floors today that everybody has, like my sister here, and do that same thing where you breathe in and exhale a little bit at a time. In, exhale, in, exhale. And I did that to just get everything back in shape so that I can actually do my toe touches. And then here's the part where you put your foot down flat at the back, foot forward. I'd say I've got it forward at least 2 feet, maybe a little more. Both of them are flat, and gently go forward and lean on the front and bend your front knee so that you can go down a little farther and keep those both feet flat on the floor and feel that nice little pull in the back of your leg. Stretch everything out. Go up. Change legs and do the same thing over again on the other side. Nice little pull. There we go. Nice little pull in the waist. Little pull in the waist. Squeeze all the toxins out of my spine. Pull my shoulder blades back. Squeeze everything out that shouldn't be there. Flex my pelvis. I push back out. Pull in, up, flex. Just getting everything moving and tight. This is similar to press and release that I talked about when you're voiding. And if you're, the more you do it, the better it is. If you're waiting a long time in line sometimes, or just waiting or watching your video upload for 20 minutes or a couple hours, sometimes I find myself just doing that exercise while I'm waiting. It's a lot of exercise you do when you're waiting. Here's another one. Keep the things up that should be up. You're pressing your hands together like you're praying. You press in and you flex your pelvic at the same time. And then you release your hands, shake them out, press in, say a prayer while you're there, and then release and shake out. Okay, there's so many stretch and push and flex things you can do. The most difficulty I have is my neck area because of the arthritis in my neck and the neck injury. And as I lose weight in the spring, the fullness that was under my chin from the accumulated fat tissue and fluids perhaps leaves, and I get what I call, I tell Eric, it's like a turkey neck. It's like a flabby skin under my neck. And I saw on the internet, I go on YouTube to just get ideas sometimes, always have is different ideas on how to deal with that. Of course, there's always surgery, but it says make sure you keep your neck moving, one thing, because there's also a whole badger of muscles under here. And probably what's happened, because my weight was up and down through the season, it's the skin is stretched and then it's sagging and stretched and sagging. And if I don't have that muscle support, then it's more obvious, the sagging. And the sagging really ages you. I'm going to be brave today. I got wet hair because I just had a shower. I don't know if you can see what I'm bending over. I don't know. You've probably seen it while I'm talking on the video. It's a flabby sagging thing that happens. And if you pull it up, if you just even put your finger on each side of your chin and push, it's like you've lost 10 years. What an easy thing to do. It would be nice. Anyways, so one of the things I saw on YouTube is if you have resistance, and you can actually buy like a ball of some sort, and I have you going down and going back against this ball, and I don't have a ball like that. So what I was doing is I would put my hands under my chin, and I'd open my mouth so there's resistance, and I'd resist my jaw. I'd push up with my jaws open. And then I could feel the muscles up here working. How I get the muscles down here working is, you know, that tummy exercise everybody, well, not everybody, me, I hate, where you gotta do something where you're pulling back and pulling. When I do it, I try to concentrate actually on my neck sometimes. My neck can get really sore when I do this other stuff. But opening my mouth when I go back and closing my mouth as I come forward. I'm not a doctor. This might not be the thing you need to do. I'm just sharing my workout with you. I'm using my Gym and Abide rubbers here. I'm also pulling my tummy as I come up. Just kind of hopefully doing work on both ends. And I'm flexing my buttock. I had an email from one of the persons who watches this, Kate. She's actually a boarder in my house who's out of town right now. She said that don't forget when you're mentioning to people about getting fit that good rest is important. God talks about rest in the Bible a lot. It has a whole day of rest and even has a year of rest. And this is a balanced one where I'm also stretching. I'm pulling my foot up a little bit here, and I do a little better pulling forward than I do back. My one leg is easier to pull than the other. I'm more balanced on one side than the other. And my sister and I talk about, every time I get up in the morning, she says, how did you sleep? Did you get lots of rest? And often she doesn't. See, I have less balance on one side. Just have to find my spot there. She's on medication because of a car accident, and possibly some of the side effect of that is disrupted sleep. Who knows, it could be anything. But people struggle with sleep for various reasons, health reasons, medical reasons, unsuitable bed environment, noise factors, worry and stress, having a list in your mind before you go to bed of things you didn't do or things you need to do, a job that's high stress, various reasons. Children waking up in the night, sick person, yourself sick or someone you love sick, your body's on alert. I found for me, and this might not work for my sister or anybody else, but for me, when I go to bed at night, of course Eric and I have our Bible reading, it's actually done at night. That's why we say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because we don't know what time it is for you. But if I have a Bible reading at night and a good prayer time, our prayer time in the video is short, but if I have a good prayer time where I go through my mental list for a few minutes as I'm getting ready for bed. Here I'm talking, I'm not working here. And I say, okay, can I attend to that? What can I do about that situation? I have a child that I'm praying for, a grandchild I'm praying for. I can't make their choices for them. I make my own choices, and they'll make their own choices. But I can lift them up in prayer. And so I lift that child up in prayer, really specifically attending to their need. But I don't try to tell God what to do or them. There's a lot of psalms and prayers in the Bible and blessings in the Bible that you can specifically direct towards someone you love. And it just allows God to take over. My experience is when I let God take over, it always turns out better. And so I lift them up in prayer. I make sure that all the little things on my list that I could do are done, like turn the lights out, turn the water off, make sure the dogs are put to bed, make sure the stove's not on, lock the doors. And the little things I have to do tomorrow, I get them out of my mind and I put them on paper. And I put them beside the bed where I can find them in my journal. Then I don't have to worry about them through the night. And then I ask the Lord to wake me up at the right time. And for me, I don't always hear alarm clock. If I'm really, really tired and didn't sleep well or I was ill, I don't always hear alarm clock. Or else I worry that I won't hear the alarm clock. So I ask the Lord to wake me up in the morning. And I take a few deep breaths. And I have a wonderful partner. My husband will rub my back sometimes if I'm tense. And the best thing for me, the best sleeping pill for me, is if I hear him praying. There's something about knowing that someone else is helping you support the needs that you share. There's something powerful about having a believing spouse and knowing he's at the throne of God as you're falling off to sleep, remembering you and the things that you both share or care for. And that is really, really powerful. If I have trouble sleeping sometimes, I actually wake him up and ask him to pray with me. And then I fall into a deep, restful sleep. And while I've been at my sister's, she has this air purifier in her home, and it's a newer home, almost brand new home. And she's a very immaculate housekeeper. And so the allergy problem was never an issue here. But in my home, it's a century home, and we have 130 years of dust and grime built right into the wall, old wallpaper. And I'm thinking I'm almost running out of time. So I'm going to squidgy away here as I tell you and remind you that once you've woken up, wash up, work out, wholesome beverage, and don't forget to worship. And I'm hearing my sweetheart out there getting ready for us to hit the road. So for all yous watching, get fit, stay fit.